Hey yo, we're back. Another week. Another week of your stories. I'm a little under the weather today if I sound like Ray Romano or something, or a little nasally. I also got my double glasses on. I know some of you don't like it, but I like it. Alright, we're gonna jump into your stories. We're not gonna waste no time, alright? I, 28 female at the time, was working as a GM, general manager, for all of you who aren't good with abbreviations. And everyone could tell one of the chefs had a thing for me. How could they tell? He kept talking to me. He was like, yo, that's the girl with the booty. That's the girl with the curves. Or was he like a little kid with it? He was like, yo, I like her. I'm gonna make eggs for her as a chef. He had an ankle monitor and everything. Oh, that's sexy. Damn, an ankle monitor, that's some bad boy-ish right there. Yo, you know if you date this man, you going on an adventure. You know that if you date this man, it's for a limited time only. So he's like a special product, you know what I mean? You know I'm being hella sarcastic, by the way. One time, the owner, male, thank you for all the clarifications, cornered me in the small room, and they called an office to drunkenly tell me to just F him already. Yo. I'm not laughing out of like genuine like humor. I'm laughing more like holy, like out of fear, dude. Because now I'm realizing that damn, this man with the ankle monitor has like a team. Like he's got why is everyone so supportive of this? Like this is one of those situations where it seems like work really was family for this man. And you just weren't part of the family, or they were trying to get you into the family in a very toxic, disgusting way. And no one would care. Yo, and they trying to like, oh, don't worry about it. Yo, no one's gonna get like, they're really selling you on it, huh? Keep in mind, I was happily in a relationship, and Ankle Dude, loved the nickname Ankle Dude. They're gonna be calling him different names in prison. Was with his baby mama. She picked him up and dropped him off at work too. Don't get involved. But you knew this. I don't have to say that. I'm sorry you had to go through it though. I was so mad and made a plan to quit that night. Hell yeah. You did the right thing. Cause that work environment, I need you to know you did the right thing. Cause that wasn't even a workplace culture. That was just a culture, and a toxic one at that. Alright, let's move on to the next. I had a manager who would ask me my weekend plans, and if I had a date, he would try to grill me about whether I was a virgin and if I would have sex on the first date. So this was a common occurrence. He became like one of those cops. Pardon, I got hiccups. One of those cops in Law and Order, except oh man, I would just repeat. So you had like a script going pretty much. You were like, yo, he's gonna come with this question and I'm gonna hit him back with this question, and I'm just trying to keep my job, but I hate this place. I feel you. I don't think this is appropriate over and over and over. They don't get the message. They never do. Dude owned the small ass company and no HR. Yeah, so I always, reading this story, I always wonder like, did these men go into like building their businesses and think like, oh, but also there will be no HR, so when I hire some chicks, like, is that something that they did on purpose, or did they realize it over time? Super weird, more than super weird for sure. Luckily, I was an adult, blocked out the weird SHIT managers, did as a team. Good for you. And another story where I'm sorry you had to deal with that, but it's a lesson. I feel like stories like this, although terrible early on, because these stories always happen when you're like 18, 19, stories like this give the lesson where you learn the red flags later on. You know what jobs to avoid for the rest of your life. You can kind of like walk around life knowing, I mean, you'll never 100% know, but before you take a job, you're gonna look for HR. you're gonna really, when you're in a job interview, you're gonna really size up the manager a little bit extra. Like, does he really love his wife? Is he being a little flirty in this interview? You know what I mean? So it's like a life lesson learned, because I can assume that you go into your first job in life, as I did, just innocent, not knowing the politics, not knowing that it could be cutthroat, even in a low entry position. Even in the low entry positions, that shit is cutthroat. Alright, let's move on to the next one. I used to work at a dog daycare. This is gonna be fun, dude. This is gonna be fun. I'm being sarcastic. And I had one coworker. Really? Was it a dog? Sorry. Just blocking my face. Sorry about that. Not that you need to see my face. Someone at one of the comedy shows, one of the open mics, because I practice my comedy. Oh man, I wish I could get this on tape. This boyfriend is directing his girlfriend out of the parking lot like he is one of those airplane dudes. You know the airplane dudes that wave the airplanes in? Yo, he is taking his job serious. He looks like Austin Butler too. Ah man, I wish I could get this on tape. She's doing a good job. She's doing an alright job. He's taking it so serious, dude. It's not that serious. Have some faith in her too. Oh man, now I'm starting to read into this relationship. Like, yo, is he like this with everything? He's yelling now. I'm sorry. Oh, he looked at me. He already thinks I'm weird because I'm filming a video. I'm sorry that I'm on a tangent. This is just fucking fascinating. Damn, he walking like a cowboy. He got his keys on his belt. He's one of those guys with keys on his belt. Oh man, I wish I could film this. All right, yo, let's jump back in here. I was saying your coworker was a dog, right? All right, let's call him Henry, and he was this recovering addict who my boss gave a chance to work with, and genuinely none of us had a problem with. Okay, see, so you kind of already feel like you owe him something. Good guy. All right, so we established this man. Until I had gotten engaged and posted it to the, oh no. Here, congratulations, and I go about my trip until I come back. Suddenly, I'm given the cold shoulder by Henry. You know why? You know why that cold shoulder came on suddenly like a storm in Game of Thrones? And even became a bit moody. Yo, really? Really, though? I mean, he liked you, I guess. Look at it that way. He liked you. He wanted to marry you. Not that that's right. I mean, he wasn't acting like a fool yet. So now this all sounds normal until I apparently found out, according to my boss, Henry had just gotten dumped. So he going through it. And he looking at you like, yo, maybe my love story would have turned into the girl that I work with. My one coworker at the dog place. We groom dogs together. We take care of dogs, so we have this bond. Yo, we took care of a dog together, we can take care of a kid together. For the third time by his on and off girlfriend. So now, yo, that's dangerous, because he probably wanted to use you as like, all right, yo, this is the third time she about to break up with me, so let me make her jealous with this girl that I work with, possibly. And then like this will solidify our relationship. The reason he was so moody on top of that is because he had started, using coke while actively working. Yo, so he was saying, woof, more like that, woof. He was taking care of these puppies while coked up. Yo, who had more energy, the dogs or him? Who was chasing after the balls and the sticks? Who wanted the bone more, the dog or him? Literally caught him doing a line in the storage closet. Alright, well, he's going through it. At least compared to some other stories, he didn't slip you a bone. You know what I mean? And hell, just get that dog money, dude. Just get that Dogecoin. You know what I mean? Let's move on to the next. Hey, my name's Lucy from the UK. How you doing, Lucy? When I was in college, this older guy was in my college class. Okay, so even though y'all are in college together, he's still older than you. And would flirt with all the girls. You know, if you're older in college, typically you'd be there for like a real reason. Like you went back to do something, right? So I don't know why your focus would be on flirting, but whatever. He was really aggressive about it too. Yo, that's not the setting for that. Like there's no setting to be aggressive flirting wise anyway, but college is supposed to be like a safe space. So when you say he was aggressive about it, how would, like, he'd be in his seat, yo, right before the professor came in, get over here. It's not funny though. One day he was walking to the city with me and two of my friends. Okay, he was walking with you, like, did you allow it or did he just add himself? And kept trying to chat me up. Yeah, it don't sound like he was welcome. So I kept shutting it down, right? He then started grabbing the back of my neck. Nope. That's when pepper spray, that's when the whistle, that's when the knee to the balls come out. Which triggered me. Yeah, I feel you. I mean, I can't understand that. Like, I'm not in your shoes, but like, I can imagine that was a terrifying experience. My mate kept warning him to leave me alone. Okay, good. So I made a split decision to pretend to cry so I could get away from him, but it didn't work for long. Damn. Yo, even though you crying, this guy definitely took the class just to meet women. That's what I'm getting at. A sick individual, because this is back in college. I'm gonna assume this was a long time ago, maybe before like dating, even with dating sites. Like, I feel like this guy would still pull this act, like, just to grab you to begin with. This isn't the normal flirting situation. This guy definitely has a history of some crap, and even crying didn't work, yo. So I could get away from him, but it didn't work for long. I ended up punching him in the face. Yes. Hell yeah. This is what I was hoping for. When I said pepper spray, knee to the balls, and then I started reading, and I was like, I don't know if this individual is like that. I don't know if she has it in her to do this to this person. But hell yeah, you punched him. When he grabbed my neck again, he was nothing but respectful to me afterwards and ended up leaving the course a few weeks. Man, he was not in class to be in class. He was in class to try to get ass in the most heinous and disgusting of ways. And I hope that he didn't get his degree. I hope that he didn't wind up in a good job. And I hope that he's selling hot dogs on a corner somewhere, but not selling any. You know what I mean? And I hope all the hot dogs are bigger than his wiener. And I hope that he has to look at the hot dogs every day and he's like, yo, I wish. You know what I mean? He probably thinks of you too. He's like, that's the one girl that punched me back. And she probably had a lot going for her life. And I let her slip. Because I could see she's got determination if she's willing to punch me in the face like that. All right. Yo, that's this week's stories. Thank you all for sending them in. If you live in New York City, October 12th at the Whiskey Cellar. Tickets are at aojoey.com. It's one of my first big comedy shows in a long time, and I would love for y'all to come out. And thanks for checking out this video. I'll see you next week.